Gray is once again the favorite color of the week. We're looking at the kind of the bottom third of Katahdin here, Keith.
Yeah, it's interesting how sharp that line is. It's
Yeah.
like a abstract, like you have to paint the rest of the mountain.
That's right. Imagine what it looks like.
That's kind of what it looks like. And it's not raining there, but it is raining over the southern third or so of the state, and a couple of heavier bands down into York County, just crossing over from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So this is about where we thought this rain would be at this point. It's part of a larger storm system where the low is actually offshore, which is not super uncommon for storms for us, right? Even some of our good snowstorms, the low is out here, just kind of due east of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. At this point, though, the rain has only made its way down to the southern third of the state, trying to move northeastward through the rest of this afternoon. It'll get in there into Bangor later today, into early this evening. And initially, it's going to be rain even across northern Maine. But by later tonight, some colder air is going to filter down from the north, and that will change things over to a period of freezing rain and drizzle. Now, as I mentioned before, you'll see some situations here where computer models will overdo freezing rain. And the reason for that is, look at this, 33 in Greenville. Okay, so the model thinks the temperature profile is sufficient for freezing rain. I will tell you, you're not getting any version of good freezing rain if it's not 32 or below, or in most cases, 30 or below. So that's something to keep in mind when you see this freezing rain spread south on the model later this evening. There could be a couple slick spots, don't get me wrong, but I think we're going to have a hard time accreting a ton of ice if these surface temperatures are correct. Bangor down to 31 at 1 a.m. in the morning on Friday. Same deal in Greenville. That seems more likely to see some freezing drizzle there. Now, eventually, by Friday during the day, the colder air gets all the way through the column of air and we change over to snow. Mostly this will be inland and into the foothills and mountains. Could be a quick burst of snow along the coast. Same problem as we just discussed though. Snow at 34 or 35 is not going to be very effectual as far as accumulating. So you have to kind of outsmart the model sometimes, and this is a situation like this. There will be periods of snow through Friday evening, and then a secondary burst, especially inland here, on Saturday morning. So we'll see another burst here. Surface temperature is cold enough now, below freezing and into the 20s, and then we should have this thing out of here by Saturday afternoon. So we have a couple of days of unsettled weather, all essentially from the same low pressure system. Snowfall forecast here from tonight all the way through the day on Saturday is 1 to 3 inches. Now, some of the high terrain could pick up 3 to 5 if we had to bullseye a couple of spots there. The coating, if you head from Lewiston and Augusta towards the coastline, and then just a quick burst of snow, if that, over the southern coast, likely no accumulation there. As far as ice accretion, as I mentioned, models overdo this. 0.3 is actually a pretty big number for ice accretion, so I think we'll be under that. But it is worth noting, just in this contour color here, that we could see some freezing rain and drizzle tonight into early tomorrow morning. I think that's the main thing to take away. The accretion amounts really aren't going to matter. Sunday's quiet, and then we're pretty quiet through there. We've got a couple of close storms, but nothing that quite connects. Next weekend, that's interesting to me, but it's a while away. So there we go. New Year's Eve looks fine. New Year's Day looks good too. Mixture of sun and clouds into Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures about average for this time of year, into the mid and upper 30s, a bit warmer along the immediate coastline. So Brad, I think, again, just a little bit of caution later tonight if you're traveling over the northern half of the state. And then finally some snow, which we haven't seen in a while. We'll see some of that break out on Friday.
And you said finally to that. My finally is next week when the sun comes out.
Oh, true. No, that you're right. It's just been weird. I'd rather have snow than the pattern that we've been in here recently.
Oh, absolutely. It's winter. We need the snow. All right, Keith, thanks.